ma'am, the campus is going to start, the first batch is going to start from October 25th, right?
24th.
24th? Okay, okay. So, ma'am, how many students are there in this batch? And many, many congratulations, of course, for this. So,
thank you. See, our regarding the student onboarding is going on right now, and we are just finalizing the lists. And we've been talking continuously with our counterparts in Zanzibar also about this. We won't have a number to give to you, I think, till 22nd, which is when the travel dates for those coming internationally to the campus are. And on 23rd, the rest of the local students are expected also. So we're expecting to meet our, right now, of course, the registration is going on. We'll meet our targets, about a 20 strong master's class and a 30 to 40 undergraduate class.
Oh, I see. And these are which courses, please, could you tell us? The ones that were announced earlier by the IIT director?
Yes. So the courses are in data science and AI. One is a 4-year undergraduate and the other is a 2-year master's program. The discipline is the same for both of these programs.
Oh, I see. So, ma'am, we don't have any major core disciplines as such. Though data sciences, of course, it has become one of the new cores now. But
the envisioning of this institution is that it will have interdisciplinary courses that are 21st century and are of a special appeal to young people of today, and gets them, into the job market directly. And also because we are a campus of the parent IITM Chennai, it's not expected that the courses that students have access to here in engineering, in core engineering, etc., will be repeated over there.
Oh, I see. So you mean they already have those kind of courses there?
Opportunity.
And what we need here is something, the emerging tech.
Yes. And so I'm a chemical engineer from this campus, right? So if somebody wants to study chemical engineering at IIT Madras, they have access to it in the Chennai campus. So in the Zanzibar campus, we expect that more interdisciplinary programs is what going for. Right now, it's only one discipline, but going forward, we're envisioning that the disciplines that will be available for study will be interdisciplinary ones or cross-disciplinary ones, which are, new age things that are, yeah.
Ma'am, I have to congratulate you again because you are the first, you'll be the first woman director for any IIT so far, and that too an international one. So it's really, it's really a pleasure and setting an example, I believe, for the IITs. So could you tell us, how was this journey to, becoming from Madras to coming here, and how did it happen? How did it happen for you, how do you feel?
Yeah, thank you for your kind words. I'm a product of IIT Madras. As I mentioned, I also studied here.
Yes.
I've been as a faculty in the IIT system for 21 years at this moment. I'm a lifetime academic. In fact, my family is also mainly academicians in colleges, schools, and universities. So it's teaching, research, academics is a passion right from my school days, and I'm really grateful that I have this opportunity in front of me to lead institution in 2023 into the future. And I have about, I think, a little over a decade left in my academic career, and it will be very gratifying to contribute in some way to Indian and global education.
I see. Ma'am, we recently we saw the first Tanzanian woman president coming down to India, and she was, honored by JNU. So there we have a first woman. Here we have, a first woman heading. So was this a conscious decision, or did it just happen so? Did just did things just come together like this?
I think it was right, for me, it was right person, right place at the right time is what it was. I have been working in the Office of Global Engagement here at IIT Madras for several years now. And we've been thinking about, the strategies for internationalization. Also, right from why should we internationalize? Should we think beyond, what we're doing well at the top of the rankings in the country? Should we go forward or make some definitely? So I've been here with colleagues, talking, thinking, visiting various places and looking into this. So I believe that my designation as the director in charge was a direct product of that. And also maybe I tick a few boxes as well, passionate about this activity, strong, long already career behind me in teaching and research and administration at IIT Madras as well. I think one thing I must say is that, of course, I'm an alumnus of IIT Madras. I'm going to love this place for sure, and probably I'm fairly biased that way. But it's among the most agile institutions today, and like what we've done in online education and bringing it to every doorstep. What we've done, our recent foray into medical sciences and technology as an interdisciplinary undergraduate degree, various reforms in curricula where we've welcomed international students, we've curated programs specifically for international students. I think the leadership and the visioning of IIT Madras is so agile that it was an obvious next step that you'd hear something like this from us.
Oh, that's so good to hear. And, ma'am, since this step has been taken, so do you think it will motivate, more women to maybe, join engineering and IITs per se as such?
So, I
Like
hope
set an
so.
example.
I hope so. And lots of, I didn't, it was completely unexpected actually. After they announced my name, there was so much of media attention. But I hope it means that the message is a very positive one for young people looking at it. But this isn't the only fact right now that young women and also men have to look at. The recent announcement of the economics Nobel for work facing gender, I think it's a big step forward for women to be considered in the workplace as as equals, and for us to consider ourselves as envisioned, aspire for equity and equality in the workplace and in the world.
That's so good to hear. And ma'am, we've seen the numbers of women, pursuing JEE or pursuing engineering grow for sure over the last few years. But even then, the those featuring in the top percentiles, like in the list of toppers, are very few. So why is that? And it's one. And is there any conscious effort on part of the IITs to draw more women, like training in STEM or other such, efforts?
See, the entry into IIT is in the hands of the school students and their families, how they motivate the students to study and prepare for this. It's a very competitive exam, and even a small difference in marks results in a large difference in ranks, and people know this. And it's also so many lakhs of students are writing this exam. So I think from our side, we have, of course, a policy on class composition in undergraduate undergraduate classes. Every undergraduate class has to have a minimum of 20% women, and that has helped increase the numbers and attract more women into the undergraduate system. In terms of our research, postgraduate and research programs, we're doing well. We have reasonably healthy percentages of women, 25-30% of the class is women. And also in terms of research, like impactful research and, associated sort of stories with that, there are lots of women that are at the top here. So we have been part of this initiative called Gati, that is Gender Advancement for Transforming Institutions. And we have come up with a lot of measures which will proactively encourage and include women in our system. And hopefully we go forward and do better.
Mom, is there a way, though what you told us, is there a way to, actually train the +2 students, women there in STEM? Like IIT Delhi had a training program for school students for some select government schools and all. So is it the STEM area which is where, we need to have more women get into to finally get into an engineering or wanting to join these fields more?
Sure, yeah, training will help, and of course, we also do a number of these. We reach out to government schools and rural schools, etc., and where we encourage women students to come forward and study science and math and get better at science and math. And as it's not just in India, this is a problem across the world, that there is a misguided, completely wrong perception that women cannot be as good as men in math, especially.
Right.
And that's not correct at all. And you keep telling young people that, and it worms into the minds, and then if you go in, and I'm sure you'll agree, if you go in less confident about something, you'll not do as well as if you were brimming with confidence. So I think it will help. The messaging is very important, that women can really be, if they want to, if it's their choice, if they want to study science and math, they can be just as good as anyone else, and that they should aspire for that, including aspiring for seats in the IITs, if they so wish, if that's what's
I think that so many women students, and we interviewed a topper this last year's JEE. So she was like, I've been wanting to study maths, and this is such a moment, she was the only woman, female student amongst all the other boys, the toppers. Yeah. So it's actually it's a big feat. And
so no, but it feels a little lonely, no? If you're like that, it feels a little lonely, and we have to accept that and sort of build ourselves up for that additional challenge also. But young people these days are remarkable, and I have a lot of faith in the new generation, how they'll look at this problem.
I see. So, ma'am, how is the scenario at Zanzibar? Do you have a lot of women applicants? And, also, what is the criteria for admission? Is it the JEE or another criteria that has been developed for entry?
Okay, I like this question. We did have a lot of women applicants, more than we normally do into our undergraduate program, maybe 30. Yeah, I don't remember the exact number. I should calculate it. It's important. And also in our interviews, we had lots of women participate in the interview, and our final list also has a very healthy percentage of women. And just sitting on we'll finalize the list shortly, and we'll be able to say something good about this later. Our entrance procedure was not JEE. It was we call it a Zanzibar screening test, which was devised by IIT Madras faculty. and it was administered across the world, simultaneously across the world, using our partners and our well-wishers in various countries, and TCS, of course, within India. And those students that did well in the screening test, we interviewed very large numbers of students this year, and we selected them based on their performance in the screening test and the interview. The interview was conducted by IIT Madras faculty.
So, ma'am, does it include, maybe I'm not able to understand, does it include percentile scores as we do here in India?
You mean the 12th marks? Is that
right?
What you're
and
asking?
then
No.
the final one, is it based on percentiles, like a percentile criteria to calculate the the rank or whatever?
Yeah, there is of course a quantitative criteria for it, not a percentile. That's not yeah, you could call it a percentile actually, because it's the the top. We rank ordered them, and then we interviewed the top X%, and then within that Y% is what we made offers to. But we also, yes, in the application form, we also did ask for details about the school performance and considered that, took it into account also. And the test also had a little bit of testing of their English and their ability to analytical ability as well, in addition to physics, chemistry, and math.
Oh, okay. So will this be the criteria now for this, or is it just for the first year? Is this the final one? Like,
so our anything that we do academically in terms of student selection, curricula, etc., runs through our Senate approval process, and this is what is approved. It has been suggested to us to bring in a few reforms, including other ways of having students enter. If they have done a similar exam, then not forcing them to write one more exam for this, because it's so stressful for students to be writing all the exams. We will present it to our Senate and seek their approval before making any changes.
Oh, okay. So Zanzibar already has some kind of other engineering exams, and this is a different one.
Not Zanzibar. This is an international program. So, even like one of the suggestions that was given to us was that if somebody that has written JEE, you consider them good for this program, you don't have to make them write your test again, for example. So, yeah.
So, ma'am, this year we've already had students, and then the next batch, like the next exam, would be in 2024, right?
That's correct.
Batches.
Yes, that's correct.
Ma'am, could you tell us what is the faculty like there? How many faculty members do you have? Are they from India? Are they from IIT Madras as well, or are they from the place itself?
So at this moment, I'll answer this question in two parts. At this moment, the faculty that will be teaching and doing the academic administration are from IIT Madras. We have several of us on deputation, and more than half a dozen of us on deputation. We also have some contract employment for young, early career faculty that we have made offers to. Meanwhile, number on a Government of India set of scholarships, a number of students from Zanzibar and Tanzania are studying in Chennai in various programs. They're doing masters and PhDs. So once they finish their masters and PhD degrees over here, then, and if they are interested in opportunities to teach in the Zanzibar campus, we'll interview them and sort of build the faculty body base using that. And that is going to happen every year. Every year, there'll be opportunities for Tanzanian and Zanzibari students to do PhDs and MTechs in the Chennai campus on a Government of India scholarship.
Okay, so is there a number of faculty members at present who are going to teach these classes?
Right now, we are 12 of us. We'll be leaving next week. 12 of us will be leaving next week.
Oh, okay. So you're yet to, because you already went to you've already set up your base there, right?
Yeah, I'm briefly back. Right now, I'm in Chennai. I'm briefly back in Chennai, but heading back with the full gang
Oh, oh, okay.
shortly. Yeah.
For the launch.
Yes.
And it's being formally inaugurated in November, right? Because the education minister had announced it in the recent.
Yeah, there will be it'll at the ministerial level, both on both countries. There's going to be a formal event in the campus, but we'll be there before that because we have to do student orientation,
Right.
settle into the place, start our
Mhm.
first few classes, and so on before that.
Ma'am, I'm just curious, will they have hostels like IIT has
Yes.
too? Is it a
Yeah, there
residential
is.
campus?
It's a residential campus. We have the students have the option of living on campus. Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. So it'll be the same way we have it in IITs here, like an orientation and then the settling in and then the
Classes.
first years of okay.
That's
Uh,
correct. Yeah.
so, ma'am, the 12 faculty members, that's including you. So,
Mhm.
are they teaching data science here at IIT Madras? Are they
So
the
the
ones?
yeah, so good. I like this question because what the way we've done this is it's an undergraduate program, and there's a curriculum that builds on foundational principles. It includes math and science, math, chemistry, and physics foundational principles, and builds on that for aspects that are particularly necessary for a data scientist. And then on top of it is the data science courses that will come in the later years. So initial years, like in any basic engineering or science curriculum, it's a lot of foundational courses. So we have actually IIT Madras faculty body has been so positive and encouraging. So we have really acclaimed, reputed faculty from physics and math and other departments coming because right now that is the ask. Apart from the 3-4 data science professors, we also have a humanities or a writing course, and for that a young professor that is into writing and that type of classes he's got.
Oh, okay. Ma'am, thank you so much for your time and for this really nice chat that we had.